SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information.
Hi, and welcome to Where's the Action? I'm your host, Ross Benjamin. Today, I'd like to preview the college football contest on Saturday afternoon between the undefeated and number 3 ranked Clemson Tigers as they make their first ever trip to the Carrier Dome to take on the Syracuse Orangemen. Kickoff time is scheduled for 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The line in this contest currently shows Clemson as a 13-point road favorite, and the total is set at 64. Well, Syracuse got off to a rough start to the season, losing both their first 2 games versus Penn State and Northwestern, but has rebounded very nicely in their last 2 contests with a pair of home favorite ATS wins over Wagner and Tulane. Both of those wins came in very decisive fashion. A positive that did come out of those 2 wins especially was the fact that Terrell Hunt replaced 5th-year senior transfer quarterback from Oklahoma, Drew Allen, early in the second quarter of the Wagner game, and the Syracuse offense has seemed to just take off and gel since. Now, let's not be mistaken, folks. Tulane and Wagner are certainly not in the class of Clemson, but you can't help but be encouraged by what we saw from dual-threat quarterback Terrell Hunt, both with his legs and with his arm. Now, Clemson comes off a 56-7 rout over Wake Forest at home, covering easily as a 28.5-point favorite. The dual threat of quarterback Taj Boyd and wide receiver Sammy Watkins continues to be a lethal combination and is definitely of utmost concern for the Syracuse defense in the upcoming week. Clemson also defeated Georgia in their opening game, an impressive 38-35 win over the 5th-ranked Bulldogs. The only negative that came out of that contest was the fact that Georgia, on top of scoring 35 points versus the Clemson defense, also accumulated over 500 yards of total offense. Since then, the Clemson defense has settled down, and they've allowed just 14 points or less in each of their last 3 games, albeit against pretty inferior opposition. This will be the best offense that Clemson has seen since the Georgia game. Syracuse, no, is not as dynamic as Georgia, but they do possess 2 very good running backs, a solid running game, and like I alluded to earlier, with Terrell Hunt as a dual-threat quarterback right now, the playbook is wide open for the Syracuse offense. I could see them scoring in the 20s minimum in this contest, and on the other side of the coin, I don't see the Syracuse defense being capable of consistently slowing down this high-octane Clemson offense all day long. I like the total in this game. It's currently set at 64. I think we're going to see a high-scoring affair. I like the game to go over the total of 64 as your free selection on Saturday afternoon. Once again, Clemson and Syracuse over 64. Thank you for listening and watching. You've been watching Where's the Action? I'm your host, Ross Benjamin. I'd like to thank all of you the very best this upcoming weekend.